A new year, new location. Still doing that same old sports talk, not just sports. Happy to have everybody here with us.
Yes.
I'm one of the hosts, Rob Sticks Mitchell.
See the new digs. You know.
Got Nikki Marie.
Nikki Marie in the building.
Nikki Marie Radio.
What's up?
My boy M Extra. Mike Shavers
in the building.
And Sports Talk, we happy to have this new platform.
Yes.
And we are definitely ready to take off. So we're going to get right into it, Nikki. What we got first?
Well, first we got to talk about the championships.
Oof.
So,
NFC, AFC Championships, which one we starting with, man?
I was actually going to bring the list, but I didn't want to embarrass anybody, but, Mike lost.
Yeah, it was pathetically, by the way.
He didn't pick not one winning team.
Yeah, Mike lost pathetically.
What happened was that...
See, what happened was...
What happened was that I was trying to pick the losers. Because I wanted to make you guys look good, because you guys aren't as football informed.
He was picking young quarterbacks. So, he was betting on young quarterbacks who use their legs.
I was just trying to make you guys
those are not the guys who prevail in the playoffs.
Just trying to
I tried to explain to him. But he's supposed to be our. He's supposed to be one of our football guys.
This week I'm gonna fare much better.
But I figured you would win at least one game.
I didn't I get one? I didn't get one.
No.
All right, but listen. So who do you have? Who do you have? Patriots and Chiefs. Who do you have?
Patriots, Chiefs. I'm definitely not gonna bet against Tom Brady. I'm smart enough to not do that. I feel like the Chiefs are gonna win the game though. But I just don't want to bet against Tom Brady. So I'm going to take the Patriots in the AFC game.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Andy Reid loves running up the score on Bill Belichick. It's supposed to be a defensive guru. So I see Andy Reid and them scoring 40. And I see that Chiefs defense coming back the way they just did against the Colts. And just, dissipated Andrew Luck. A guy that I'm high on a lot of times, too. I'm not like those people that's down on him because of the injuries. I know who he was before. Right. But to see them just take him out like that, I feel like they can do not the same thing to Tom, but take away those 5-yard and 6-yard pathetic under the defense throws that these guys are famous for. Pat Mahomes, he goes and get it. Wow. He put it up in the air. I like that guy. You know what I mean? That's a guy I could root for. So I'm going to do the Chiefs on this one.
Well, to me, with Tom Brady, I think that Tom is always a guy who's always risen above the occasion. He's always answered the bell whenever it's, whenever it gets tough, you can always count on Tom. So
in that case, he should have 10 straight championships, right?
He's almost there.
What?
If it wasn't for the 2 losses to Eli,
I wouldn't even put all my eggs in one basket.
What do you think, nigga? Who you have?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Only because I feel like Sticks is kind of like on a winning streak right now.
Yeah, talking. Listen, there's nothing wrong with siding with somebody that's on the roll. Okay, that's like going to Vegas and not betting black.
Thank you.
I mean, you do what you got to do, and you do it right. Michael, what about the NFC?
The NFC, this is a tougher one for me.
Definitely.
I feel like these two teams are evenly matched, and they're effective in a lot of the same ways. I see the Saints with the better quarterback, and I feel like their defense is a little hotter right now. So for me, I'm gonna go with the Saints, and I feel like the fact that the game is in a dome also plays to their advantage. So I feel like the home field advantage won't play such a big part for the Rams because the Saints are used to that environment. And I feel like Drew Brees in this situation right now with a chance to go and play Tom in the Super Bowl, if that happens.
Listen. I'm with you with the Saints. I'm not with you with the storyline, him playing Tom, because I already went for the Chiefs. So I'm going to stop you right there. Okay, I'm going to tell you why I like the Chiefs, why I like the Saints. Okay, the Saints have the number 2, maybe number 1 rushing defense in all the land. Okay, and we just saw what the Rams just did to the Cowboys. They're going to run that ball. They got Anderson. They got my guy back. I mean, his knee's a little banged up. Can't lie. We talk all the time about his girl. Is Gurley the best? We can't really tell right now because he's a little banged up still.
He's playing all the way
Can I just say, Gurley has been very consistent.
Yes.
I'm a fan.
Yes.
I'm gonna be honest. We both picked the Saints, and she like the Rams. You know that. So we're gonna ask her who she gonna pick, and we already know who she gonna pick. That's why she just had to throw that in there. But we're not gonna take nothing away from Gurley, nothing away from Jared Goff. Even though I got to see him make some more throws.
Yeah.
I got to see him make some more throws.
It's been really conservative for him the last couple of weeks.
He got to make some throws.
Riding that running game.
He's pitching and catching. Man, I need to see some throws. You're going to have to make throws against that same defense.
He's got some weapons in the passing
because they're going to load up that box. They're going to make you throw that ball. Yeah. I'm telling you. You're going to have to make throws. Jared Goff is going to become a man
what's
scaring, third-year player.
What's scaring me is the fact that Ndamukong Suh is waking up on top of Aaron Donald playing as well as he normally plays. And Ndamukong Suh playing that well next to him, it's going to make them tough to beat.
I mean that's the sports world. That's guys like us talking our crap, and he keeps seeing things in the headlines, and it motivates guys. You know, a guy like Ndamukong Suh, he's a big guy. So if you already motivate somebody like that who's an athlete and who's been there before and who's chasing a new contract. Remember, he signed for a 1-year deal, trying to keep his neck and his nose clean. You know, he doesn't want to get in any trouble. He's trying to be a leader. I love everything he's doing. You haven't heard anything bad coming out of that locker room. Everyone said Talib, you know, Ndamukong Suh, you know, Peters, all these guys. Nothing bad's happened. They're galvanizing. I would pick them if they weren't playing against Drew Brees. Who's your pick?
Oh.
We know where your heart lies.
My heart lies with the Rams.
No, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game. Trust me. And after they lose, I'll call you, make sure you're okay. You're not, breaking anything. And I know you have small children, so we want to make sure that everything's kosher.
We don't want anything going wrong in the house. You know.
Definitely. Let's move on. I gotta introduce this topic, man, because I'm a wide receiver guy. If I was in the NFL, I'd be a wide receiver, I feel like. Just the length and the athleticism and, just wanting that ball. And, I'm a little prima donna myself. So,
okay, Kim K.
All these things going on with Antonio Brown, he wants to go to the 49ers. And I'm like, they suck. But if they got their quarterback, Garoppolo back, with that tight end, they could have something going on over there in San Fran, and he's getting a lot of endorsements from Jerry Rice. That's just all. You get an endorsement from Jerry Rice, you're pretty much a 49er. So the question was, what do you think it would take for him to leave? Like the Steelers, are they going to make this happen? Are they going to pull this plug?
So he has I think it's $42.5 million right now.
Oh, there's a lot of money left in that. Yeah.
They would have to just increase that.
I mean,
increase that.
The 49ers would have to, first of all, give them a first-round pick. And I don't think that's going to happen. The 49ers would have to give the Steelers a first-round pick to get Antonio Brown. He's too good. He's 30 years old.
Yeah, they would definitely have to pick up the rest of the deal. I don't know about increasing it, though.
But I was going to say about his age.
Well, that doesn't really work against him because he's never had any major injuries.
The receiver position is not one that's over so shortly in the NFL.
Jerry Rice played until he was 42.
Right, you can have longevity at that position.
And he's never had any major injuries. This is a consistent guy. Like this is
a guy who works out above and beyond.
Yeah, he's consistent.
Takes care of his
body. He will be there every day. And people were talking when all the reports first came out. Who's going to take him? Is this the end of Antonio Brown? They don't realize how good he is. When you're that good, you will play football until you don't want to play football again.
Yeah. And there's always going to be an opportunity on the table for you.
So how many years do you think he has left, though?
5.
He's 30 years old, man. I think he's got at least 6-7 years left.
Elite years.
I say 5.
Respect.
I'm going with 5.
I don't believe. Like 3 elite years. 3 semi-Pro Bowl years, and then he'll get 2 years of mediocre football because people think he still has it.
The only way I see him falling off between now and about 6-7 years is if he gets some type of major injury. Other than that, if he doesn't get a major injury and he's able to stay healthy, I don't think that.
All right, let's be for real. Let's be for real. He's not a big receiver. He's not a big receiver. He's not somebody that's going to overwhelm guys with physicality. So he's the one that's taking the brunt of most of these encounters. I just don't think his body's going to be able to hold up for 7 years. Let's be honest. At elite form. Yeah, exactly. So I give him 3. I give him 3 because football is a what have you done for me lately sport. If he had a subpar year, the second year with the Niners, they're going to already be thinking about shopping him or not re-signing him to an extension after the second year. So
you think maybe they would do just a 1-year deal first?
No. That deal is on the table. They have to take the deal that he has right now, that current deal. And after the second year, there'll be an option in there, and they'll talk to him. And if he's playing well, it'll be a good option. If he's not playing well, it'll be a bad option. Either way, he'll have to take that option because he won't want to go to another franchise after
both
that.
of you are crazy for Antonio Brown. So in 7 years, when he's still doing what he's doing, barring any injuries, I'll be here to tell you guys. You heard it here first.
He believes in him. I mean, I'm with him.
Guys,
he likes who he likes. He likes who he likes.
I feel like
Nobody
the
works harder
average
than
age is 35 for people to start leaving the NFL because of injuries and all
They're
kinds
running
of
back
stuff.
30, 31.
No, in the NFL, it's about 30, 31.
Oh.
A lot of guys don't make it to.
I mean, it's not. This is not for longevity. When you get into that, you know, if you're smart, you're getting your businesses together and your brand.
Yeah.
So hopefully you can do some sports casting or.
Like the guy, Allen.
Personal.
Especially the guys that play a high impact position, running back, you know, stuff like that. You know,
they can be done at 28.
Yeah.
You look like a guy, Megatron. Remember him? Short-lived career, man. Taking all those hits.
A lot of beatings.
Guys going down low on him.
And you know, that's why we put the onus now on these owners and GMs to get talent around these guys. Look at a guy like Megatron who played in Detroit for so long with barely any talent around him, where he had to carry a load. And I remember guys triple teaming Megatron at times, you know, like that. They weren't worried about anybody else.
I tell you, another guy's like Megatron is LeBron. What's happened, man? We haven't seen him since Christmas. Nobody's like, it's quiet.
Well,
it's like the Dwight Howard situation.
I mean, they got over the Carmelo Anthony
no explanations.
story.
How about we give the Lakers a shout out for covering it up?
Melo's real quiet. Listen, I don't like the way they said day to day when he first got hurt.
Yeah.
That's lying to your fan base.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not day to day. The guy's hurt, and he's going to take a little bit of time off.
Yeah.
Not because he's still hurt, but because we need to make sure he's 100% moving forward. Exactly. So I'm all right with that if I'm a fan and you say that. If you tell me day to day, I'm thinking I'll see him in a week. That's wrong. That's wrong.
Because we're definitely going on 2 weeks now.
But they hurt the team as well. I think they lied to the team. I think they told the team day to day as well because those guys weren't playing with the urgency that they've been playing with the last 2 games because now Luke is on the hot seat. Now those guys want to play basketball because they know a new coach coming here, that's a new regime. A lot of things get changed with a new regime.
Right.
You don't get to show up a little bit late now.
And
you don't get to talk back when I'm saying something.
Yeah, because you have to go back to proving yourself. But let's be a little realistic here now. I think that was exactly what the Lakers needed, was an opportunity to get Lonzo Ball, Kuzma, and Ingram acclimated, get them all more into the game and more into the flow of what was going on out there on the floor. And now they get a big opportunity to do that without LeBron. Now they have to take the initiative and be aggressive. This is great for Alonzo because that's his biggest thing. I think sometimes it's just allowing everybody else to just, carry the load, and he'll show up in spurts. But when he's aggressive and he's downhill, the kid can really play, man. And then his athleticism at the rim. So I feel like for him, he just needs to be aggressive all the time. So I feel like without LeBron, he's had to carry the load as far as running the show, getting them into their sets and things like that. So, and then, he's great in transition. So.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. I mean, let's be honest, man. LeBron is, once in a generation player. Yeah. We'll probably never see a guy like that. And for the most part, his camp, his teams, they handle the press thing well. This one, it's going to be a debacle. Because if he doesn't come back in 2 games, thank God they beat Chicago last night. But if he doesn't come back in 2 games and these guys fall out of the playoff picture, now they're going to have to answer some real questions come All-Star time. Because I don't think Anthony Davis is coming anywhere if he feels like LeBron is hitting that wall. And it could be hitting the wall.
What I think he is doing, though, is really cementing his MVP run for this year, because we're seeing how much this roster is struggling without him, and there's only one person missing. Tyson's healthy, JaVale is there. They got the full complement of their bench. There's one person missing, and he's been everything for these guys so far. So we can't discount his importance. I think we have to look back at that when we look at guys like James Harden and got other guys who are in the MVP race. We gotta throw LeBron into that mix. I think a lot of times we take him out of it because we're just tired of seeing him get the award. But at the end of the day, it's like if the man's the most effective player in the league and he's the most important player to a team, I think that's where we lost the MVP award too, is when we started just giving it to the best player on the best team in that conference. I think that the MVP is the guy who's the most important to any, to that team that might be on the fringe, that if he's not there, they're not in the playoffs.
I mean, or it can just be the guy who gave us the most moments. Let's be honest. The MVP award is last year, James Harden crossing over Wesley Johnson and dunking on Draymond Green. And, it's always the moments that they have, the really big games when Russell Westbrook got the 50-point triple-double to break Oscar Robertson's record.
Yep.
Like, the MVP is also, it's more of a fan vote.
Yeah.
It's like, make some highlights, dunk on a bunch of guys this year, and average 29 points, and have a decent team. And you can do it. Russell Westbrook, that team was